So what's real Vaishnava etiquette? This is a classical topic that sometimes has taken devotees to schizophrenia, and properly embraced, of course, will bring so much relief, so much advancement. So as everything in life, properly understood, will always bear some interesting fruits. So in this case, Vaishnava etiquette, or Sanskrit called Maryad, which means the sense of being correct, of acting properly, of knowing how to conduct for the pleasure of Bhagavan, basically. In Bhakti, the criteria is what gives Bhagavan pleasure. Samsiddhir haritoshanam. Dharma is those things that gives pleasure to Bhagavan. According to that, we accommodate our life. Anukulyasa sankalpa pratikulyasa varjanam. Those are our rules. Whatever is favorable for Bhakti, we accept. Whatever is unfavorable, we reject. So, in our particular tradition, Srila Sanatana Goswami is our Maryad Acharya, if you will. He had been specifically empowered and instructed by Mahaprabhu, in order to do so, to compile different scriptures regarding this topic. He wrote Hari Bhakti Vilas mainly, and some other things, and he himself personified the proper Vaishnava decorum, how to conduct as being a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Generally, in an essential way, of course, there are so many details and rules that you may find in the word of Vaishnava etiquette, but we should not become overwhelmed by that and becoming mechanistic and technical and thinking that by moving hand like this and not like that and following the etiquette, or if not, I'm being an aparati. It's not that type of paranoia we're speaking about here. But mainly the essence of Vaishnava etiquette has to do with learning about proper regard for the sacredness of our process, for the, learning to conceive sacred objects and how to properly respect them, learning to conceive sacred places, sacred people, learning to perceive the sacredness actually everywhere, and how to approach that in the proper way. Sambandha Gyan, in other words, to receive that knowledge with Gyan, which teaches us how to see everything, Bandha, how everything is bandha, is connected with its source, and thus it's a sacred reality in itself. How to link properly with everything, that's yoga. So everything is connected. So we find some rules in this world of Vaishnava etiquette, but again, the rules are conducive to love if we learn to properly follow them. We are not to engage in niyama graha, which means following something without understanding its purpose, because that won't take us to love. Most probably that will make our heart like a stone eventually. So that's not the idea at all. So there are rules, but also rules, as you know, are to be eventually broken and transgressed in order to embrace a higher rule, a higher principle in life, higher ideal. As it is said, only one who follows the rule knows when to break the rule. So it's also not like something that we can do in a whimsical way. I will break the rules anarchically. No. You have to properly follow, understand the rule, follow the rule. Eventually you will know where to break to give place to a higher feeling. So in our tradition we have this idea of Maryad, also in the form of Bhagavan himself. Ramachandra was called Maryad Purushottam, supreme person showing proper etiquette as a king. And Mahaprabhu was Krishna himself, giving his Madhurya Lila through his Audarya, but also showing as a sannyasi the proper behavior as a Vaishnava, extending that idea to all his associates. And eventually, when we reach Braj, if you will, in our ultimate full-fledged destiny that is waiting for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, as well as Nadia, in Braj we find a very particular etiquette, a very type of decorum that is unique, as you know, as the Bhagavad also says. All the Vedas, Trayo, Chapana, Shabdos, Cha, it's like so on. The Vedas and the scriptures are considering Krishna Bhagavan, but Yashoda is following him with a stick. Madhumangal is throwing him to the ground and joking on him. The gopis are scolding Krishna. So that's the Vaishnava etiquette in Braj. Of course, we cannot imitate that because we may engage in aparat here. But we are to anusar, to follow the essence of such example and know how to apply that in our particular stage of sadhakas. Understanding again, taking the time to learn and be educated about the sacredness that is surrounding us in the context of our bhakti practice. So basically that will be an essential approach to Vaishnava etiquette. So all the other rules and details here and there should be properly adjusted according to this substantial principle.